Taeyong really put the art in artistry with this album. So let's talk about it. To those that are listening that have no idea who Taeyong is, which, come on, you have to know who he is. But anyway, Taeyong is the leader of the very unique group that is NCT. NCT is a group that they have a lot of experimental music. They have subunits, and I've been to NCT 127's concert, and let me tell you, it is a treat. So good. So Taeyong is the leader of NCT, and he is also a soloist. So he debuted in NCT in 2016, and he had his official solo debut in 2023 with his song called Shalala, and then he had his comeback with the song Tap in 2024. And then he served in the military, and then he came back, and he recently released a song with Anderson .Paak called Rock Solid. And then he had his comeback releasing his first full-length album. Also, he is technically still part of Super M. I don't know if Super M is still a thing, but you know what? It kind of is. Kai and Taeyong are, I guess they're technically like the only active members of Super M, right? Let's have a Super M comeback. Okay, anyway, no, I genuinely enjoyed Super M music, okay? So going back to Taeyong's album. So prior to releasing WYLD, he released the performance video for his B-side track called Storm. And let me tell you, after listening to the chorus, I was obsessed with this song. It is so good. It's intense. It's so catchy. The performance video, it is just visually striking. And that is a theme with Taeyong's comeback. Okay, so of course, while I'm editing this, Taeyong released the dance practice video to his song Storm. You all, oh my goodness. First of all, why didn't he release this before? I regret not filming my reaction video to this because I am obsessed. How Taeyong controls his body, his style of dance, and just how he interprets every movement and the beat, and also the dancers too. I mean, you see it in the performance video, but in the dance practice video, you could see a lot more and just appreciate it. You all, please, I'm begging you, check out the dance practice video to Storm and also WYLD, which I talk about in a little bit. This should have millions of views. I could just watch this all day. Storm was a contender for title track, and in the behind the scenes video, you see how Taeyong and his team, they're debating on whether to have WYLD or Storm as a title track. And WYLD is a song that Taeyong wrote, and he wanted to really show his maturity and his growth as an artist, especially ever since he returned from the military. And by the way, yes, Taeyong did participate in composing and writing the songs on this album. And so Storm is definitely title track worthy, and it is a song that everyone would assume that he would choose because it just sounds like a title track. However, WYLD was ultimately the song that was chosen because it definitely shows his growth and it showcases his vocals. Oh my goodness. So the song WYLD, it is a song that's full of self-confidence and it is catchy, and the music video is visually striking. Again, that is the theme of this comeback. From how he's styled to the choreography to how the video was edited, especially with the black and white scenes. It showcases the animalistic, wild side of Taeyong. I highly recommend you guys check out the choreography video for WYLD. That choreography from start to finish, it is so good. It's the type of choreography that you have to rewatch it because there's so many details, and especially the formations with the dancers. So the first time I listened to WYLD, I liked it. However, after seeing the behind the scenes and understanding the reason why they chose WYLD, and also after seeing the choreography video, I really appreciated the song so much more, and I totally understand why that was chosen as the title track over Storm. However, Storm is still a really, really good song. I love Storm, but WYLD, I just appreciate that song after understanding Taeyong's point of view of it and overall his performance of the song, which, by the way, Taeyong has such a strong stage presence. Every single time he is up on stage, he never disappoints. So good. But anyway, so the next song on his album is called Hypnotic, and it's a jazz hip-hop type of song. I really think the instruments in this song is very interesting, especially I really enjoyed the piano. It's a very interesting song. Okay, the next song on his album is called I'm a Dancing Cactus, and this is also an interesting listen. All of these songs are kind of most of the songs are experimental, and it's just very unique. And something that Taeyong said in one of his videos is that he loves being in NCT. He is a fan of NCT, and so he wanted to incorporate NCT sound into his solo music because he wanted to show that he is Taeyong from NCT. The majority of artists out there, when they release solo music while still being active in a group, they want to really differentiate their solo music from their group music, which I understand. I totally understand that. However, with Taeyong, because NCT has such a unique sound, and the fact that Taeyong wanted to incorporate that into his solo music while still maintaining his unique style in his music, it's not easy to do, but Taeyong accomplishes that. So when you hear the songs on his album, you could tell this is definitely someone from NCT, but at the same time, it is definitely a Taeyong song. And I appreciate for blending the two. And as a fan, I love when my faves genuinely enjoy what they do. They enjoy the music that they produce or perform, and they enjoy the choreographies and the concepts that they do. And as a fan, I love that. So anyway, going back to his song, I'm a Dancing Cactus. He said that this song is for people that cannot dance. Yeah. However, to me, this song, it reminds me of a runway. It's like the type of song that they would play during fashion week, during a fashion show. The next song is called Mermaid, and it is a very sweet song. It's a calmer song compared to the previous songs on the album so far. I love the lyrics, and I love that Taeyong showcases a very energetic and powerful side of him, but at the same time, a softer side. And I just love that duality. Speaking of duality, the next song, 404, Euphoria. Oh my goodness. So this song, I was gonna say it's very unique and different, but I'm saying that with every single song on this album. But basically the song is about how he loved a girl and how he feels like she is out of his league. And it's a sad song. And I like that he's continuing his 404 series. So this is a softer song, and you really do hear his vocals. It is so wonderful. And listen, imagine from the bridge to the last chorus, a live orchestra. An orchestra. Oh my gosh, total chills. If Taeyong could get an orchestra to perform this song with him, oh my gosh, an orchestra version of this song would be insane. Especially the last chorus. It's just the last chorus. I know SM has SM Classics, and in which they have an orchestra perform songs from SM artists, and if they could do that with this song, oh my gosh, it would be insane. It would be so cool. Next song is called Ski, and this was actually inspired by him shoveling snow while he was serving in the military, or so I read. And when you hear the song, it's just so interesting how Taeyong comes up with it. So this song is very energetic. It's a self-confidence song, and it kind of starts off kind of like rock, and then it's hip hop, and then it's like EDM dance. It's a genre blending song, and it's very NCT coded with Taeyong's style. Next up is another song, and it's a hip hop groovy song, and it kind of reminds me of like early 2000s type of hip hop, like 90s, early 2000s. And anyway, the song is another self-confidence song, and Taeyong talks about how he is hot, figuratively, literally, and he's hot on the track, right? Anyway, so one of my favorite verses in the song is when he says, "I'm a descendant of warriors, HOT." That is a reference to the SM group, the first gen K-pop group, HOT. So basically, the song is a modern 2026 version of HOT's Warrior's Descendant. Taeyong definitely keeps that early 2000s hip-hop sound in it, and it works so well. It is so good. The next song on the album is called Feelin' Myself, and it is another self-confidence song. So the structure is very interesting because in around the 2-minute mark, it slows down. And the first time I heard it, I was like, whoa, what is this? Oh my gosh, it was so cool. And then it speeds up to go back to the regular pace of the song. But I thought that was so unique. And as a listener, the experience listening to a song so much more immersive when there's something different or something that happens in the song that you didn't expect, but when it's done well. So the last song on the album is called Run, and it is about running back to an ex, and it is about how special a girl was to Taeyong. So I like to think that the songs on an album, the order that they are placed in the album, it is like that on purpose. So this is my theory. I might be completely wrong. Listen, just take it with a grain of salt. Don't quote me on this. Again, I might be completely wrong. And this is just me and my imagination, because I love it when albums have a storyline, a lore, an overall message or meaning behind it. So this album, it could be just pieces of like a diary, right? Pieces of Taeyong's life. You just take each song as is. Or it could be an overarching, kind of like a storyline, Again, I might be wrong. But to me, it feels like this album is sort of after you break up with someone and you're building up your confidence, or after a breakup, you finally regained your confidence and you're comfortable in who you are and you know your worth, but at the same time, you're missing your ex. And to me, that's what this album kind of feels like, especially in 404 Euphoria when he mentions that he feels like the girl is out of his league. And then all of the songs, the other songs on the album, is just powerful, confidence, empowering, and how it ends with Run, that he just wants to run back to his ex and how special this girl was. It feels like it's one of those, again, post-breakup, you have your confidence back, but you still miss your ex. Now, again, I might be completely wrong, okay? Maybe it's just, there is no storyline behind it. It's just like pieces of a diary, right? Maybe that was Taeyong's intention. Maybe that wasn't his intention at all. And maybe I'm interpreting things completely wrong. And my theory is very off. Okay, so listen, this was just my imagination, my theory, okay? Because I love storyline. Or maybe these songs were inspired by a movie or a book or something. I don't know. I don't know the story behind his other songs on this album. If you guys have any theories, let me know. Okay, so another quick update. While editing this, they released Taeyong's interview with Billboard. I will link the article in the description. But basically, he explains more about his thought process behind this album, and he mentions how he incorporated NCT's sound and references, specifically in WYLD and in I'm a Dancing Cactus and things like that. The article is really, really good. I highly recommend reading it, and I love learning about his process behind the scenes for this album. It is just so fascinating. But yeah, check out the article. Overall, I love how Taeyong really put the art in artistry with this album, with this whole entire comeback, from the photo shoot to the music video to all the videos that he released leading up to this comeback, even to his performance and even the choreography and the songs itself. I love that Taeyong really showcases himself as an artist with every single track and performance. And I understand there's a lot of people nowadays following trends, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I love when groups and artists really showcase who they are and they add their own uniqueness to their music and to their performances. And Taeyong is definitely one of them. And I love that he doesn't shy away from it. He doesn't shy away from doing something different or experimental, while at the same time really showing who he is and showcasing himself as an artist. And I love how he continues to grow, not only in his music, but also in his performances. And I'm telling you, he is an amazing performer. His stage presence is just always amazing. And I'm so proud of Taeyong. I really enjoyed this album. And yes, if it wasn't so obvious, he is my NCT bias. Yeah. He's my NCT bias. And I still think about the time several years ago when I saw NCT 127 live. That was actually my first K-pop concert ever, was seeing NCT 127 live. Yeah, good times. Good times. My goodness. I want to see them live again in concert. But anyway, he will be performing at KCON LA. So if you guys get the chance, go and check him out and check out his music. It's really good. So now I'm throwing the question to you all. What did you think about Taeyong's comeback, his music video for WYLD, and his album? Let me know. So for more NCT videos, you guys could check out the playlist on my channel, and you guys could feel free to subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys have an amazing, wonderful, wild day. Okay, not too wild. And I will talk to you all next time. Bye.